All right, bonjour. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So, parce qu'on manque 3 des élèves dans notre classe de géographie pour la session d'aujourd'hui. So for today's session, I'm going to record it and put it onto YouTube. Just keep in mind that it is very important that you join the Teams meet at 2 o'clock every day because it does count for your attendance. If you're not signing in at 2, you're being marked as absent. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to share the screen here. And then you have some independent work that you have to do. So the PowerPoint that I'm going to pull up goes with your worksheet for today. And then what I want you to do is try doing one of these graphs on your own. Well, there's actually 2 to try out. And send it to me for feedback. So that way in the next day or 2, you can do one as an assignment for grades. So just be sure to send that either tonight or tomorrow morning for me. That way I can get that feedback to you. Okay, so we have our PowerPoint here. I'm not going to bother making it full screen, but OK, so on a des climatogrammes. Donc, c'est un graphique qui donne en un coup d'œil une idée du climat d'un certain endroit. So, sur un climatogramme, on retrouve les températures et précipitations moyennes mensuelles d'une certaine région. So, for example, it's going to look at North Bay every month. What's the average temperature? What's the average rain? Okay, so our climatogramme a de l'air comme ceci. So we have our region. So let's say Quebec, and then the country. On the left side, you have your numbers for temperatures. So it's never going to be below -30 or above 30, because on average, it's never going to be anything colder or hotter than that. I mean, we might have our days that are -40 or +40, but on average, it's not. So on a les températures en Celsius. On a ici les mois de l'année, so janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, blah, blah, blah. Sur ce côté, on a précipitation en millimètres, so how many millimeters of rain. Okay, and those are numbers. So you can think of it as 2 graphs put together into one. So for example, the blue bars are your précipitation. So that's your rain. So how many millimeters did you get in January? You're going to put your boxes up. How many millimeters in February? You're going to put your bar up. Okay. Whereas your temperature is your red line. So it's going to be a line like this. So précipitation is your blue bars. Température is your red line above. Okay, so you're going to have January is going to be -10, for example. February would be negative like 12 and so on. And you're going to do your little graph and you're going to use these numbers. So the blue part is going to use these numbers on this side. So for January, you have about 100 millimeters, whereas your red line is température and it's going to use this échelle. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it's going to be a little tricky to do these at home because you don't have graph paper. So if there's a way on the computer that you can figure out how to do it, or on just a blank paper or line paper, we're going to have to get a little bit creative because of being online. Okay. So, on va pratiquer un peu. So, si que tu as compris, so, que représente la courbe rouge? L'humidité relative ou la température. Donc, c'est la température. La partie bleue représente quoi? So, la précipitation ou les mois de l'année. which is les précipitations. So I think of it as blue rain, temperature red. You can think of it like a thermometer kind of thing. OK. Maintenant, es-tu capable d'identifier le climat des villes suivantes à partir du climatogramme? Pour accomplir cette tâche, rappelle-toi ce que tu connais à propos de chacun des climats. So, par exemple, climat équatorial. Donc, température élevée toute l'année. So that's close to the equator. So we saw that yesterday. Closer to the equator that you get, the warmer it usually is. C'est une région sans hiver et on a une précipitation abondante presque chaque jour. So you have a lot of rain. Okay, so that means that the temperatures, so our red line is going to be quite high up. Précipitation is going to be quite high up as well because it rains quite often. Okay. So voici des exemples. So ceci, that would be like your high temperatures, high précipitation. Okay. Okay, so si on regarde ici, on a peu de précipitation, puis notre température change beaucoup. So it's asking you to look at what kind of temperature that would be. So that would be typically this one. Whereas a lot of rain, high temperatures would be about this, and then so on. Okay. So ça c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. I'm gonna pull up just your worksheet that you should have. I emailed it to you. So I'm gonna pull that up really quick just to go over it with you. Okay, so this part goes with the PowerPoint. Okay, and then c'est parti ici is when you're looking at those graphs, it kind of helps you tell us the température mensuelle. Okay, so that is by observation. It tells you how to find everything. So on a température annuelle moyenne, so you're gonna add up all of the temperatures and divide them by 12. On a notre amplitude thermique. So ça c'est notre température mensuelle la plus chaude, moins la température la plus froide. If it's smaller than, or if it's larger than 25, that means it's continental. If it's larger than 25, it's maritime. And then a précipitation totale, so that's adding up all the précipitation every month. So if it is larger than 1,000, that means it's maritime. If it's smaller than 1,000, it means it's continental. On a la distribution saisonnière, so addition to les précipitations mensuelles des mois d'hiver, so October, November, December, January, February, et celle de l'été. So if you have more rain in the winter, it means it's maritime. If there's more rain in the summer, it means it's continental. Okay, so I need you to practice doing your own climatogramme here. So there's the numbers there, set up your graph the best that you can, do those calculations. And there's 2 of those. So like I said, send those in for feedback, and then we will be set for our evaluation.